Lucille, I wanted to ask your advice for something, but for right now I want to show you. You got one Americana and the rest are golden comets here. Hold on. The Americana's on the far with its butt up in the air. The rest are golden comets. There's one, the other, and there's Cricket. Yeah. And I got a few other clips of them when you see better, but though these are the young ones. They haven't been out free ranging for too long, probably about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that maybe. But anyway, that's some of them. The others are all scattered about. They are not old enough to lay eggs yet, but they probably will pretty soon though. But anyway, I got something I wanted to talk to you about. I would like your input. Right now, my mother, she is entered in, into the dementia stage for some time now. I guess she's closer to reaching, or she is, in the second stage. My mother is now 88 years old, and her weight was 67 pounds about a week, two and a half weeks or so ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. But then just like a week or so ago, my brother, maybe 2 weeks, but anyway, my point is, my brother told me that she has gained, had gained a pound. She was 68 pounds and something odd ounces and all that, and then she managed to gain 1 more pound, but now she's right back to 67. Alright, my mother is not, alright, she hasn't been one to really be what you call a meat eater. About her, the limit to what she eats, you could say that her meat eating would only generally be around like maybe eating a slice or two of bacon, and maybe every now and then some fish. Mainly it's been vegetables and fruit. Now, and that was in her healthier days, when she had good memory and all this. When she had weight on her. So now she barely will even eat a half a slice of bacon in the mornings. She won't eat the eggs. And see, her thinking is, and this has been this way with her, okay, is that the reason why she can't eat meat, she had a problem and has a problem with it, is that she gets to thinking about the poor little animals, as she puts it. Alright, and in one way you can understand, some people, who are vegetarians, what do you call them, vegans, I mean, you understand one thing, but yet at the other, they don't think on things over thoroughly. But we're not getting into that. I just wanted to kind of give you a picture of my mother. All right, and her back is real crooked, and she naturally weighs nothing, really, and when you try to hold her up, you're afraid to in one way, because you're afraid that you might hurt her because she's so fragile. And she has a problem with the breathing, and all the things she gets is an inhaler. They don't have her on oxygen and everything, and because of stupid insurance or something, there's a problem with the insurance and covering it. Might ought to cover that someday about conspiracies. Yeah. But anyway, it just makes you wonder what the problem is there. Alright? But anyway, and I'm not making fun of her. I'm trying to give you an idea of how it is when she has a walker that she uses to move around, right? And her breathing is like, every time she moves. And I don't know. Well, yesterday, the 4th of August, the nurse had came out. We have nurses come out, check on her, and therapists, and it was for a few days out of the week, but it seemed like almost every day. But she needs it. But they said that she had pneumonia. Okay. So took her to the hospital. They had to keep her for a day or two. Alright, and of course my mother is like me and the rest of us in our family. We don't like hospitals, and we don't care a lot for doctors. They're useful, and sometimes you really need them, but you know what I mean. It's just that you just don't care for it, really, right? So anyway, they said they run tests on her and everything, and they said that she has pneumonia in her left lung and something else I can't remember. But anyway, that was what my one brother told me, because we have to sit there and hold the fort down with the animals around out here and what have you, and plus my mother has a little dog, so we have to keep up with it. That's her baby, that's her life. I think that dog has really been the one thing that's helped her hold on since the passing of my papa. So anyway, yesterday evening, just before dark, it was almost dark, I called, talked to her, let her know I still loved her and missed her, and was wishing her a good night. And she said that she doesn't like it there, and I understand that. And anyway, she said that in the morning, meaning today, that she wanted to come home. She don't want to be there. I know that I know that it's necessary, okay, but at the same time, I feel for my mother. I I get to remembering my papa. Alright. You know, both of their wishes were, and everything don't always work out the way that you want. I know that in life. That's just the way it is. But, you know, their idea was when it came their time, you know, if they was in the hospital or something, that they would rather be at home and go to be with the beautiful great one from home. You know what I'm saying? Just like I guess we all would. But anyway, but the thing is that I remember, because I mean we had animals, you know, still have animals, and when everything, when my papa passed away, it was hard for me to go up and see him. It was like most of my time was spent here with the animals, and it was ripping me apart. And when I'd get to go see him, I made sure to let him know how much I loved him and appreciated him. And the last time I saw him, his last words was, "I love you, son." And then it wasn't even after that, it wasn't but just a few days afterwards, and they talked like he was gonna get to come home, because there wasn't nothing more they could do, and they said they'd let him come home and they'd help make it easy for him, but it didn't happen. She passed on. That ripped me apart. It ripped my mother apart. It ripped us all apart, but it was harder on my mother and me. And thing is, I don't want to repeat like that, like the mess that happened with my papa. I don't want that happening with my mother, because I love them both, right? Always have, but I was closer to my mother, and I don't want to see that happening to my mother like that. I don't want to. The hospital that she's in ain't a very good hospital. No, there's some good people in there, but not all of them are. They don't really know what they're doing, or they don't care, or something. I don't know. I've seen and heard a lot of stuff that goes on up there, and, you know. But anyway, that was my brother. I was waving to him. My two brothers, my other brothers, down at Clinton at the hospital, and he had to go see Mom and find out what the doctor's going to say, if they're going to let her come home today or not. But I don't want to repeat of what happened to my papa. I don't want to see that going on with my mother. So what I'd like to know, what would you do? All right, if your mother asking to come home, see, they put all their lifeblood, so to speak, into this property. And, you know, like I say, I don't want nothing happening to her. I mean, well, things is, you know, she's up in her years. We're not promised forever. I understand that. But what my point is, your thoughts on this, okay? If this was your mother, you know, understanding the type situation and all, would you just leave, you know, when your mother wants to come home, because she would prefer, if she's going to go, that she leaves from home. Would you ignore it and let her cry? See her hurt? That's hard. It's hard for me. See, I guess you'd say I'm one that could always feel for others. You know, even if it's my enemy, when they're in a bad way, you know, hurting, maybe they got cancer and they're suffering, I don't want to see that on anybody. I'm just one. If I see my enemy cry, I'm gonna cry with them. If they're hurting, I'm gonna hurt with them, even if they are my enemies. You think I'm just talking? No. Yeah, your enemies can tick you off and all this. There's stupid people in this world. Sometimes even me, I can be stupid, but we all can be a little stupid, but you know what I mean, outright stupidity. And that's putting it mildly. I mean, we could think of other things to say on that ground, but I'm getting away from my thought here. But anyway, what would you do? Would you, if your mother wanted to come home and she's on the verge of crying? See, my mother has always been a gentle soul. And when we were kids, you know, even she was always gentle, but if she didn't have to yell at you. It was just a certain way she would look at you, or the way she would say things to you when you was in trouble. You knew you was in trouble, and the thing was, that hurt worse than a good old butt whooping. You know, that hurt worse than grounding. You know, but she never yelled at us. She was gentle and firm. She loves animals. I've seen her, she got this way with wild animals that I've never seen anybody have. Kind of like a female version of Grizzly Adams. No, she's not big. She's never been fat, overweight, you know. But you catching my drift, right? Shut up, Marty. Putting your foot in your mouth. We all get overweight. Heck, I was back some years back ago. Back like in 2003, 4, 5, somewhere around in there. I was almost 300 pounds, believe it or not. Doctors, you know, said that was when they told me you're a type 2 diabetic and you got to lose that weight. Of course, it was bad on my back. I always had bad back problems, but that made it even worse. But anyway, I had to lose the weight, and I did. But here I am jumping around. You gotta forgive me. I do that at times. You gotta bear with me. I start to get sidetracked and go off on another contingent, you know, and yeah. Anyway, but she's always had a way with animals. I've never seen, like, in animals, even domesticated animals that don't like you love her. And they will bark at strangers, but they'll love her. That's the type of person she is. But if it was your mother who was crying and wanted to come home, what would you do? Alright, you know, everyone handles things different in their families, you know, and I'm not going condemning another person how they handle their family. I might not like certain things that another might do that I think I disagree with, but I can't really condemn them, I mean, because I'm not in their shoes. But I'm just going to say this is my feeling on one thing here when it comes to families, you know, with parents. Alright, when your parents get up in their years, it is the children, when they get up older, and their parents is way up in their years, it is the children's responsibility to take care of the elder. That is their responsibility. If you neglect that and push it on for others because you got too much on your plate, in my thinking, is that's just no excuse. Because now, like, you take my parents, they took care of us, wiped our butts when we were little, always made sure we was fed and had clothes on our backs, made sure we had an education, took care of us, had to put up with a lot of malarkey with us kids when we how kids are, well, even when we was starting to grow up, we didn't have a perfect family. Don't ever think that we did. But my point is that we seen it was our responsibility as they got older and they were having problems. It was our responsibility to take care of them as they took care of us. I love my family as you love yours. Now, I didn't mean to go on very long. That's from me from going left and right and over here and getting off one thing trying to correct the course. But on another video, by the way, I'll show you some other footages of the chickens, but right now it has to do with my mother. I would just want to know your thoughts. If you've watched this thoroughly, I asked, if you watch this to the end, and I ask that you do, please, what would you do? Because I feel like I'm in a conundrum here. I don't want a repeat of what happened to my papa. I could go on forever on that, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what's going on, and it bothers me. We need your prayers, especially my mother needs your prayers. Now, I'll say this, in passing, real quick. If you don't believe in God, the Creator, the beautiful, great one, okay, you're entitled to your belief, but what I'm going to ask is, you can just go ahead and stop right here if you don't believe in God, the Creator. All right, you can go ahead if you don't believe. All right. Now, if you believe, now to everyone who believes, I believe in prayer. And I believe the beautiful great one can do all things. I've seen it myself, and I'm sure a lot of you have. But pray for my mother. I need your prayers. Please. Pray for my mother. She really needs it. And I would like your input, your thoughts. Please, I'm begging you, don't keep your thoughts to yourself. Share it with me. What would you do? Honestly, if you was in my shoes. I just, I wanted to share that with you. I'm having a hard time getting my thoughts together, because I love my mother and I don't know what to do on this one thing. And I would like to know today, if you can, this being Saturday, the 5th, 6th, well, anyway, Saturday. Please let me know. I would like your input, So, hey, you take care. And I will catch you later. I love you all, and I appreciate you all. And pardon me. But remember, let us pray all for one another. And think twice about others, even those that you do know and are your enemies, or people you don't know that does things you don't like and it's not right. But think of this, pray for them. You should be praying for them, because they do need prayer. And don't be praying God put judgment on them. That's not right, because He can turn around on you and on me if I did that, and on you. I know people do things that we don't like, and there's a lot of evil in this world. But our part also is to pray for one another and for our enemies and for those who are misguided in this world. But anyway, I love you all. I want you to take care of yourselves too, and watch your sixes, because it's a crazy world we live in. Things are going south of this country. I see it in other other worlds, other countries, but especially ours. So, yeah, watch your sixes and pray for one another, okay? So, let me hear from you. And if you got an impasse, and real quick, and if you got any song requests, let me know. I will try my best. I'm not a great singer, never have claimed to be. I just love to sing. I like to sing to bring, good memories to people, songs that people remembered from back when they were young, yeah, from way back, and something that has good memories associated with it, or something that warms your heart, things like that. But anyway, I'll try, but I won't promise anything, but I'll try my best. I'm not a great singer, but right now I got a lot of things on my mind, what's going on with my mother and stuff, and this heat's killing us around here, so to speak, so I have to look more so in these crazy hot days looking after the animals. So if you watch this thing to the end, I appreciate it, and let me know your thoughts, alright? So, until the end, if you're wondering what I'm looking at around here, seeing the chickens and the squirrels, I throw the feet a scratch out on the ground, and the squirrels come out and kind of help themselves to it. So I'm feeding squirrels and chickens. But anyway, you take care. I love you all. Be blessed in all that you do. And, to someone, whether on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, say something good to them. Especially if you know they're down and out. Say something to make them smile. Lift their spirits. Say something encouraging, okay? And from the heart, right? So, until then, I love you all. Be blessed. I hope. And say it with me. Wado. And everything I would like to